Welcome back, everyone. I'm Zell, and as many of you know, I'm one half of Todd Knife and Tool. Before you, we have the prototype of the Todd Knife and Tool Exploit, made by Bestech Knives. This particular model I have had for many months. With everything that happened in 2020, these knives have just not been able to get into production until today. We have all three models of the Exploit. We're going to unbox them today. They're all still wrapped up in their little plasticky stuff, trying to keep them safe. And we're going to open them up and see what we get. Now, I think we'll do them in alphabetical order. So we'll do A, C, D. I don't know why there isn't a B. Who knows? Maybe our friends over Bestech have plans for a B model that we don't know about. So, oh, got everything wiggling there. Let's look at the packaging that Bestech is using now. And they have went more last-gen iPhone-style boxes here recently. Labeling everything good. Got their knives, some embossing. And, of course, we got the stuff off the back. Simply the best, Bestech Knives, all of their social right there. But we will use the prototype, and we should probably talk about the prototype for just a moment. This is a flame titanium type thing, and just a plain blade, nothing on the pivot. Do have the proper screws in it, and this was the least good of the prototypes. It's a little off center, but it does its job well. Let's get into the actual production models. There we go. I said Apple-y boxes. They are kind of Apple-y. They don't have the little pull tabs that Apple has, though. All right. See if we can get this thing to... They are nice and got that suction that you get out of your Apple products. Makes them hard to get out of the box. I just got a new MacBook Pro the other day, and oh my God, that was rough. So inside, it's a black box, guys. Inside we have some silica gel to keep everything dry, keep moisture from getting in there, and still just a black box, just perfectly fitted for the little zip case. And let's get this zip case open and see what we get in here in the A model. All right, we got some more silicone. We have the knife. Before we dig into the knife, let's look and see what we got over here. I'm not going to unfold this, but nicely folded. That's kind of sweet that they make the little triangle out of it like you'd put in a coat pocket or a shirt pocket. Pretty nifty. They have upgraded this stuff. Well, congratulations, maintenance, all the stuff that you should already know if you're a knife guy. And if you're not, you should read it. And then your warranty information. They have European service and U.S. service. I happen to know the U.S. service guy. Great dude. And should take care of you quite well. Now, to the good stuff. A little plastic baggie off here. And this is our gray on gray model. See these little holes right here? Look inside that. They go back after all the other processes and polish the inside of those three little holes just because we asked them to. They put our name on the pivot, or our logo on the pivot. They put Bestech right there on the blade. Let's see how this thing works. New knife. And it is, we're going to talk about this. I know it's being listed as a front flipper everywhere. This thing is really designed to be what we're terming a roller lock. We have some of these designs. This one is on bearings, so yes, you can front flip it. But there will be other designs coming in the near future that aren't on bearings, and they may or may not front flip like this. So let's get a look and talk about it. We have a 3.4, slightly over 3.4 inch blade. We've got kind of a brushed satin finish on this one. Nice fullers. And you actually have 3 different styles of jimping on this knife, and they are for very specific purposes. Let's go over that real quick. You have the jimping right here on the end of the blade. That's so that you can get a bite right there and get the knife flipped over. Then we have some jimping up here. That's a little bit finer jimping. That finer jimping is so that you can get your thumb in there and get a good catch. It's not real aggressive right there. Now, if you go and you really bear down on this thing, it's got some big aggressive jimping. And this jimping right here is aggressive. It's not horribly sharp, but it is a bit sharper than the rest of the jimping on the knife. So do be aware of that. It's sharp for a reason. For you reviewers out there, if you're going to go and you're going to fuss about the jimping, send them back to me and I will tell them that it's sharp for a reason, or sharper. It's not like super sharp. And there you go. So that is the jimping. And let's get a close look. This is your over travel stop. There is, as far as I know, unless they did not change design on us, that I can see down in there. Nope. So this is your over travel stop. There is not an over travel stop up here with the lock bar insert, like you see on a lot of knives where you have double over travel stops, which is fine. I mean, that's just, extra, but it's unnecessary, of course. We have our general livery, a little bit different. Got a hook in that line and some more roundy shapes. There are some more roundy shaped knives coming. A Todd Knife and Tool style pocket clip. A little roundy shape right there too. And back up in here. And ergonomically, this guy was set up for you guys to have a general use knife, where the Shodan is very much a hard use knife. This one can be a hard use knife, but it is designed to give you a couple places, get a hold of it, and use it as a general purpose knife. Get it out at the office, take care of your sandwich or whatever you got. Letting your fingers fall just like this. And I see a lot of the knife guys, I shouldn't say knife guys, I don't know if they're guys or ladies, but the knife people from the various outlets, dealers and such, and they always grab our knives like this, which is fine. And I see a lot of reviewers doing the same thing. But so far, there isn't a Todd Knife and Tool design that is in any way truly designed to be held back here. You can, obviously. It's not going to hurt anything. Plenty comfortable. But our designs are really designed to always be used with the forward finger choil. If you choose not to, that's fine. But that's how they were designed. And that's how the ergonomics were set up to work. With a bit of an angled rake to your fingers, giving you good cutting power and good control. All right, we have talked a lot about the knife. Let's look at the other two. We have Charlie. We'll see what we get out of Charlie. These are all S35VN, by the way. Some steel snobs are going to get on to us about that. But here's what we found. We have a knife or two, an M390, and M390 is fine. But in our use, an S35VN is just a more forgiving steel. It holds an edge for a long time, but it doesn't chip or do any of the crazy stuff, and it's considerably easier to sharpen for the customer. And that's one thing we try to think about whenever we're designing and talking to these companies about making the knives. And here is the blackout model. Man. All right, there we go. Fresh out of the box. Wow, that one's centered up, and wow, that one fresh out the box is doing really good. And we went full blackout on this one. Blackout and silver this time instead of brass, which was a request we made. Have some differentiation in the knives instead of going with the same color schemes over and over again. And wow, that's good. Now, other things, people talk about the hole in our knives and why does it extend down past the fuller? Well, that's so you can pull that off. That's so that it's fairly easy to run it with your thumb like you would a Spyderco. And we've got some models coming, smaller models that are coming where this hole is smaller and more aesthetically pleasing, but we do things on purpose on almost all of our knives. We've got a handful coming out in the next several months that are a little more on the aesthetic side, but all of these that you see that are designed with this motif on them are very much designed to go out and use them. And here you can see those holes where they buffed them back up. You know, that's an extra step that other knife companies have told us, no, we really don't want to do that. That's extra money in the knife. So, didn't get it. But not here with the guys at Bestech. So let's get the D model out and wrap this up. Man, that box is really tight. They must have talked to the danged Apple engineer on these things, I swear. Same stuff inside, and what do we have here? Oh. We have flame anode down here. Now that's interesting. Again. Wow. Alright, we'll look at the detail back here on the back spacer for this one. We always try to throw in something a little nutty, a little cool looking on the back spacer for you guys. Because, you know, whenever you're designing slab side knives, you don't have a lot of space to do a lot of stuff. But man, that back spacer is just an open palette. So we always try to throw in something a little interesting for you guys buying the higher end knives. That brushed, I like that brushed satin. That is just gorgeous. All right, we'll go through them one more time, get a close look at them, and then we'll sign off and we'll let the other reviewers take it from here. I've said the majority of my piece. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. And the knife is 3.4 inches. It's right about 5 ounces. This is another design where we didn't put any lightning recesses in the frame, and that's kind of a thing that we don't do often, and it's nothing about it being hard to do. I mean, I can run them cuts in there with no problem in the CAD software. It's more about just having a good solid knife, and the difference between 4 ounce or 4.8 ounces and 5 ounces is insignificant. So there you go. Man, they done a good job on that flame anode. Get a look at that. Anyhow, there you guys go. Looks to me like the prototype was pretty much what we were going to get when they went to production. That is one of the cool things with Bestech. If you okay the prototype, you get exactly what you okayed. These guys do a bang-up job on getting the knives out. One last thing, exploit. Why is it called exploit? Well, if you guys have been following our knives, you know that our knives are generally computer hacking or programming terms, and occasionally we name one after one of our big dogs. We have the Roxy series, and that's named after my brother's large dog. Over the next few months, you'll be seeing the Nixie series. That is named after my bull mastiff, the one that's taking a nap on the couch right now. Almost all the other knives are named after some sort of hacking term or programming term. It's a nod out there to some of the stuff that Seth and I do, and you guys. Having all these crazy aggressive names are cool, but for some of these guys that do these things, and there's lots of people that do now, the programming, the hacking, white hats, of course, I only wear black hats in pictures. It's a nod to those guys because, for the most part, they're the unsung heroes of what you do every day whenever you pick up your phone, whenever you mess with your computer, whenever you do whatever you do at work. All those guys are in the background, and most people hate them because they think they're all IT guys. And don't get me wrong, I got some hate for IT guys as well. But the ones that are actually programming it, making it work, making sure it's secure, it's kind of a nod to those folks. And that is the exploit. For those of you that have stuck around this long, I will tell you, we are bringing the channel back to life. It's going to be not fast. It's going to be a slow road because got all kinds of things going on in my life, my wife's life right now. She is finishing a very hard dental medical based school, and I have been, unlike many of you that got to take a few days off over this past year because of the crazy that's been going on, I didn't get to take any days off. I got to work a little extra, a lot extra, because of all that. I just haven't had time, and we're trying to renovate the studio space. It's been nuts. However, like I said, we're about out of it. Everything's clearing up. We're going to slowly bring the channel back to life. We also are starting to slowly work on the Meadow Muffins channel. We're going to be doing long format videos over there. Just various scenery, nice music, that kind of thing, if you want to check that out. Not much there yet, but we're working on it. And for everyone that watches this, I thoroughly appreciate you guys supporting this channel, the Meadow Muffins channel, Todd Knife and Tool, and all the endeavors that our family has out here in the public for you guys. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing any of this. Well, maybe we'd still do it, but it wouldn't be that much fun because you guys wouldn't be there. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you next time.